I can't believe the season's almost here. Let's go! It's time to predict the NFC East. We're gonna start off with those New York Giants. Let's see how they fare. We'll be predicting the record for each one of these teams, but before we do that, I think a change of scenery is in order. Jeffrey?
Yes, sir.
Fly me down to the stadium and give us some info about the stadium and the city and whatnot. If you've ever wanted to fly like Iron Man, stay tuned. If not, skip right ahead to the predictions. Let's get it started.
As you descend toward MetLife Stadium, the esteemed home of both the New York Giants and the New York Jets since 2010, nestled in East Rutherford, New Jersey, its colossal structure commands attention against the skyline. With a capacity of 82,500 enthusiastic fans.
Thanks for the lesson, Jeffrey. Let's actually head into the stadium. I want to run out with these boys.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. Coming through the tunnel. All right, Giants, get ready for the season. I wonder how your predictions are going to go. Vegas has the Giants win total at 6.5. Will they go over or under that? Let's count them out and see. Starting with the first game of the year. They lose to the Vikings. I don't believe in Sam Darnold, but I also don't believe in Daniel Jones. Plus, Justin Jefferson's on that squad. They got to get a couple, right? They lose to the Commanders. It's a divisional game. They split. And they lose to the Browns because that defense is going to pick off Daniel Jones like 3 times. They beat the Cowboys. Again, divisional matchups. And they're at home. Got to give them some, right? They have a mini rest day, but they lose to the Seahawks. They lose to the Bengals. And they beat the Eagles. Divisional splits. Steelers take them down at home. But they come back and avenge that early loss with a win against the Washington Commanders. They beat the Carolina Panthers, one of the few teams that may be worse than them. After the bye, they come back rested. But so do the Buccaneers. They lose that game. Then it starts getting dark early. They lose to the Cowboys on the road. They lose to the Saints at home. Starting to get dark. They get waxed by the Ravens off a bye. They lose to the Falcons on the road. They lose to the Colts at home. And then they lose to the Eagles on the road. So where does that leave them? 4-6. And honestly, probably searching for a new quarterback. Jeffrey, take me to the Commander Stadium.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Commander Stadium. They got a new quarterback. Everybody's hyped, ready to go. How well will they play? Vegas has the Commanders set at 6.5 wins. Will they go over or under? Let's check that out now. They're going to lose on the road to my Buccaneers. Bucs aren't losing to a rookie at home season opener. They're going to take down the Giants at home, but then lose on the road to the Bengals. By then, Jamar Chase should be back. They're also going to lose to a Cardinals team that's going to be better than people think, and then lose to a Browns team that is honestly probably going to pick the kid off at least once and have a fumble. That defense is for real. Lose to the Ravens on the road, but then they come back and get a win against the Carolina Panthers. Probably the worst team in the league. They lose to the Bears at home. Bears coming off a bye. I think they'll be rested. Plus, I think the team's more talented. They lose to the Giants on the road. Divisional matchups tend to split. They lose to the Steelers coming off of a bye. Tomlin ain't losing to a rookie after a bye week. They lose to the Eagles on the road. But Dallas takes them lightly. And the Commanders get a win at home. But they're so excited about that win that they lose to the Titans. And then they get a much-needed bye week. Following the bye, they beat the Saints, and they beat the Eagles. At home, divisional split, that's what I'm talking about. But it doesn't end on such a happy note. They lose to the Falcons, fighting to make the playoffs, and they lose to the Cowboys, trying to win the division. So how many wins is that? That leads them to a 5-12 record. Not making that 6.5. Jeffrey, fly me to Dallas.
Yes, sir. Welcome to AT&T Stadium, the iconic home of the Dallas Cowboys since 2009. Located in Arlington, Texas, this prestigious venue accommodates up to 80,000 fervent fans. As we descend upon it, you'll notice its striking retractable roof, ensuring an optimal experience rain or shine. Noteworthy is the pristine Hellas Matrix turf surface.
Ooh, thank you for that explanation, Jeffrey. Take me down to the field.
Yes, sir.
These Dallas Cowboys just waiting to win the division back-to-back years in the first time.
It's all right, man.
Vegas has the Dallas win total at 9.5. Do you think they go over or under? Let's find out now. They win on the road in week 1 against the Browns. I'm not confident in Deshaun Watson. They take care of the Saints at home. They got a tough game week 3 against the Ravens, but I think they pulled that one out at home. They've always been better at home than on the road. They're so excited they started 3-0 that they take the Giants for granted. Giants win that one at home. They beat the Steelers off of a mini bye, but they lose the next week to the Lions with an actual bye. They have their bye week in week 7 coming back. They play the 49ers. And history does not repeat itself. Cowboys win it off of a bye. They take down the Falcons, pretty light work. They beat the Eagles at home, great divisional win. But then they lose to the Texans at home. Then they lose to Washington as well. Divisional matchups, tend to split. Washington off of a mini bye. But here's where they get rolling. They smack up the Giants because they got confident off of that last win. They beat the Bengals in a tough matchup. They dominate the Panthers. They beat my Buccaneers in a close nail biter, hopefully. But then they lose to the Eagles on the road, and they finish their season off beating the Washington Commanders. Now let's check out that win total. The Dallas Cowboys will end with 12 wins, putting them over their Vegas total. But will that be enough to win the division? Stay tuned, we'll see. Jeffrey, fly me down to Philadelphia.
Yes, sir. As you descend toward Lincoln Financial Field, the cherished home of the Philadelphia Eagles since 2003, nestled in the heart of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the stadium's grandeur is unmistakable. With a capacity of 69,879 passionate fans, this iconic venue stands as a beacon of pride for the city.
Woo! Great intro, Jeffrey. But I want to get a closer look. Take me down to the field.
Yes, sir.
These boys look fierce. All right. Philadelphia fans going crazy. Ready to see how many wins. Vegas has the Eagles win total at 10.5. Will they go over or under that this year? Let's find out. They play the Green Bay Packers at home, but they're playing in Brazil, so nowhere close to home. I still think they get the dub. They take out the Falcons in a closer game than people think. They beat the Saints pretty much exactly how you would think. And unfortunately, they also take down my Buccaneers. Hopefully it's close. Then they have a week 5 bye. That's pretty early. They come back and beat the Browns after the bye. They lose to the Giants, divisional matchup. You know how they split. But after that embarrassing loss, they take out the Bengals. They beat the Jaguars at home. Jags just aren't ready for that high-powered offense. Lose to the Cowboys on the road, divisional matchup. I have a feeling they'll get them back. They smack up the Commanders, but they lose to the Rams, a better team than people are expecting. They take out the Ravens on the road. That's a big win for them. They beat the Panthers because they're the Panthers. They're one of the worst teams in the league. Week 15 for the Steelers, that's going to be tough for them. Eagles win it. Who's going to be the quarterback by then? I don't know. They split with the Commanders, losing this game in week 16. But then they get their revenge on the Cowboys and smack up the Giants, who are playing for nothing except for that #1 pick, baby. So where does that leave the Eagles? Over or under the Vegas total? The Eagles will be 13-4 and destroy that Vegas total of 10.5. And the winner of this division is the Philadelphia Eagles at 13-4, followed by the Cowboys at 12-5, Commanders at 5-12, and then last, the New York Giants at 4-13, looking for a new quarterback. So what did I get right? What did I get wrong? Who's too high and who's way too low? Let me know down in the comments. If you want any more divisional breakdowns, check right here. And when I'm done with those, there'll be a playoff breakdown. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell down below. I hope you enjoy the ride. See you next time. Peace.